Hola, howdy, hello. So, greetings folks, this is Saranya Narayanamurthy and welcome to the Mind Business. So, today we are going to talk about something that's very essential for all of us throughout our lives. The best way to build a relationship. Nope, this is not going to be a regular do this, do that, start a relationship kind of a thing, but this podcast today details a very important element of a relationship and something that all of us should understand. A relationship starts by giving and not expecting. No, don't take me wrong to as if it's something that is of a toxic nature, something like you give something to a person irrespective of what they do. No. Give them space and the luxury of time. Spend moments with them. Give them the best gift you can give in any relationship, and that is give them time and make them aware of what you feel or how you feel about them. Okay, so let us actually take this thing. One mistake most of us make is we tell our parents how it is in our shoes, how it is, the rage, the dissatisfaction. We always speak about how it feels like to be in our shoes. But have you ever realized what is the intention or the motive or the drive to their actions from their shoes? We never even take steps to be aware of it. And one thing that shook me hard was we never realize the right moments or when they were perfect with us. We never realize what were the moments that we had the best with our parents. We do not even acknowledge or we are not even aware of it, right? Because parents, they're like salt in our life. When they're not around, we feel the emptiness. But when they're always around, we feel the prick of overprotection. But when they just give us the right things, we are at our best selves, enjoying the other flavors of life that is totally enjoyed just because of the right proposition of the salt that is available there. We remember the spices, the sweetness, the sourness, and almost every other flavor that is explicit and easily showcased, except the right amount of saltiness. But for us to experience every other flavor, a pinch of salt is a must, just like parental affection. Now, when I spoke about relationship in the past, I'm pretty sure that at least a minimum of 90% of people would have thought this is about romantic relationship or the one that exists between our social circles, our close friends, a boyfriend, or a girlfriend, or a crush, or anything of that sort. But did any of you think this relationship is actually about a parental relationship? There you have it. What I said when I told you before. We never think of parental relationship when we discuss relationships in totality. But let me also give you another perspective or another add-on to it. From the perspective of a child, it is incredibly essential to understand and remember this every day of your life, or else it will definitely be your biggest regret. You grew up influenced not just by circumstances or belief system, but deeper than that. A lot of factors like undergoing psychological perspective, the opinions of others, the content that parents listen to, or sometimes even the children, what they are exposed to, the dreams and ideologies, and a lot of such mechanisms play a very essential role. And on top of this, when every individual becomes a parent, especially the firstborn, is brought up with additional protective layer that might not be with the following children. On that note, as children, when they grow up, focus primarily on what goes on in their own world. Similarly for parents, similarly for every other individual, they focus on what goes on in their own world. So by the time the mind, awareness, the circle, your realization opens up, which is actually faster in this generation due to a lot of exposure that actually makes them age faster. But in general, this realization opens up when they hit their 30s, which is either a prime or a ladder that's towards the growing responsibilities. Most of the kids forget or miss the process of compassionately growing or bonding with their parents because now they are too old for that. Perhaps one of the main gaps that exists within or between relationship is the one that is caused due to concealing emotions and communicating facts. no one would be keen to or get closer to when you tell them what you want, correct? Because this puts forward an expectation curve. When you tell them what you need, when you tell them this is what you are, this is what it is, you actually go forward by not communicating what you feel, but telling them this is what you want. But instead, how would it be if you actually move a step forward and tell them this is how you feel? You drop your guard, make the other person feel you're confident that you trust them, and make them realize how much you trust them and how much they mean to you. And this is exactly where giving them the space to drop their guard and moving more closer to creating an affirming relationship gets started. And trust me, though this entire conversation is based out of parental relationship, this is not just for that. Try this mechanism of actually moving close to them and dropping your guard. You will get the other person in the most vulnerable state where they open up to you, where the walls you both have built break down. And that's exactly when a relationship sprouts and becomes the best version of anything you ever had. So with this, signing off for now, Saranya Narayanamurthy. I wish you experience a relationship that gets beautiful every progressing day.